Alright, guys, so I saw the Sonic movie this weekend, and just right off the bat, I'm gonna let you guys know it was good. I'm not gonna say it was great, it wasn't phenomenal, wasn't amazing, was not groundbreaking, but it was good. And when I say good, I don't mean it was good for a video game movie, I mean just overall it was good. Think like Detective Pikachu. Like it's around that level, maybe a little higher, but I mean, if Detective Pikachu and the new Sonic movie is the direction we're taking video game movies, I'm okay with that. That is perfectly fine, especially by comparison to what we've got in the past. So, no, this it was a very solid film. You have Sonic who comes from Green Hill Zone. The rings act as portals. That's why the rings are so important to Sonic. And basically, when he's a little kid, just his entire life, he's been running from people who are trying to steal his power. So he uses the rings, jumps from world to world, and is just running away. And he's been on Earth for a couple years. So that's kind of where the movie starts off. It's like so he does have some like pop culture knowledge and references, which you'll see throughout the movie. The jokes can be hit or miss with Sonic, but overall, like it's Sonic. Like his personality, his character, it's not there's nothing Sonic really did that was outside of his character, I would say. Like if you played the Sonic games, then you'll see that personality. So if you're a Sonic fan, definitely go see it. And also if you're a Jim Carrey fan, particularly like 90s Jim Carrey fan, you need to go see it. Like he brings that energy to this movie. Like that Jim Carrey energy, that like Ace Ventura, The Mask, like Liar Liar energy. Yeah, it's up there. So if you like that, definitely go see it. Uh, for me, Jim Carrey, yes, he's over the top. It's like a job description. It's like part of his job description basically to be over the top like that. But he was playing Dr. Robotnik, and there was just a few times where I felt like it was a little too over the edge for me. Like, yeah, Dr. Robotnik, he has some wacky lines. He's very condescending. He's very, he has a huge ego, which Jim Carrey did all of that. But I just feel like there's a couple times it was just a little too much. Like a little, when I say that, I mean like a little outside of Dr. Robotnik's character. But, nothing that would make me walk out the theater and be like, oh, yeah, there's, that wasn't Robotnik. He definitely nailed some of those other things. And of course, towards the end of the movie, he actually physically starts to look like the Dr. Robotnik from the video games. So and the movie's done well. Like, so I'm fairly certain we're getting a sequel, especially after that mid-credit scene that I'm not going to spoil here, but definitely stick around for that if you see the movie. Like, it'll get you hyped for number two. Like, you'll want a sequel for sure. Yeah, overall, the plot was okay. What I did appreciate, with like one exception, like the movie moves along at a very reasonable, like a pretty healthy pace. Like you don't stay stuck in any one particular thing too long, which is great for any movie, but definitely for a movie about like a speedster, you do have borrowed like cinematic things from Marvel here, particularly like the Quicksilver stuff. Just if you're going to make a movie about a speedster, I feel like this is going to be a staple now. Like we'll probably see this with the Flash movie when that comes up, where it basically looks like everyone's stopped in time, and then the speedster's just like running around, running circles around everyone, messing everything up. So yeah, there's a couple of those scenes in the movie, and they're good. They're done well. I mean, and that I guess that ties into the next thing is like some like the plot holes or just like logical fallacies of the movie. And well, this thing is going to come from any movie with a speedster in it, any TV show, comic book, whatever. I don't care if you have a character that's supposed to be like stupid insanely fast, you can't let them be stupid insanely fast all the time, otherwise you can't really write anything for that kind of power. So there's a lot of inconsistencies when it comes to Sonic's speed within the movie. He's basically as fast as the plot will allow him to be, but it's fine. Like, it doesn't pull you out of the experience, and you let some of those things slide because you're still having a good time. So there's that. Uh, yeah, like it just doesn't make sense where he has these scenes where he has like the Quicksilver movement, freeze time, and just messing around, and then at the very beginning of the movie he gets shot by a trank dart. You know, whatever. We'll let it happen to let the movie progress the way it needs to. And yeah, the characters were good. There was no character that I felt I hated, which is great. There's, all the characters did their part. They worked well. And I'm trying to think here. No, their interactions were, I'd say, like, I guess I'd say pretty normal. So, like, nothing, a couple of lines here and there, but nothing felt really out of place or forced, is what I'm trying to say. So that's a very, very good thing, is that the human characters and Sonic interacted well with each other. And like I said, nothing was forced or out of place. And it all just helped move the plot along. Did I ever say this? If you're a fan of Sonic and you see the movie, yeah, I definitely said that. There's pop culture references, mentioned that already. And there's also a couple Sonic cuts in there, like Easter eggs for you to catch. And there's also some memes. So if you've been keeping up with Sonic memes, or if you've seen any for like the past 10 years, you might get an extra laugh. I mean, even if you haven't seen it, it'll still be funny. The way they use them is spot on. It's hilarious. Those are the things that probably had me laughing the most. But no, overall, it was very good. Kind of heartwarming. It has its flaws. It has a good amount of flaws, but not enough to really drag the movie down. Still a fun experience. And yeah, I think if you guys like Sonic, definitely go see it. If I had to give it a rating, I'm guessing I'd probably give it a 7.5 out of 10. A couple of the issues I have with the movie are kind of like holding it back. Like, there's one particular plot line. There's this thing they use kind of like to build tension in the movie, and literally nothing ever happens with it because everyone still goes about their business just like they normally would. So, I mean, there's stuff like that in the film that kind of brings it down a little bit for me. There's very obvious, basically just like ad placement in the movie. Like, the first time, it was, second and third time, so, yeah, I mean, but you guys will have fun with it. If you like Sonic, if you like Jim Carrey, if you like both, you're going to have a good time with it. If you have any, like, younger siblings or any children that you want to drag to the movie or that want to see the movie, just use that as an excuse. Go see it with them. But, yeah, overall, very solid, very well done. I like this direction. This is infinitely better than what we were originally getting. You remember the original? I remember the original Sonic design. Yeah, very, very good on Paramount for getting the work in, delaying the movie to get the new Sonic design that we got in the movie. Because it definitely, even if it kept everything else exactly the same, it wouldn't have hit as hard as it did. Is I guess what I'm trying to say. Like, it would be hard to empathize with Sonic if he retained his original look. Yeah, no, whatever. I don't want to get into all that, especially with that mid-credit scene. Nobody wants to know what that could have possibly looked like had they kept the original CGI. But yeah, it's very good. Video game movies, take notes from this and Detective Pikachu. Tell new, different stories, take different angles on it while staying true to the source material. You'll do great. Anyways, that's it. Thanks for watching.